Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Cerebral Conversations. It's the first one of the new year. I wanted to do another one before the end of last year, but stuff happened, so we're back for the new year. And like I always say with all of them, this one is real special. And the reason this one is so special, because for me, it's because it's another person from TikTok that that it's been following me for a little bit. We've been following each other and kind of like inspiring each other a little bit. And I have him go introduce himself.
Shoot, I'm arrogant prophet, man. Shoot, ain't much to it. I'm just another spirit, navigating through this universe, trying to do what I can, spread that energy, man, and to live right.
Yeah, gotcha. So since I think I want to say you're the fourth person that I've had on TikTok, and the question I want to start off with is, well, how did you come across my how did you come across my content? Did it show up on your For You page, or was it through some other means?
I think it was the For You page. Uh, it was a workout video. I think he was just starting.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I think you were just starting, and I was kind of getting into like my own workout routine, trying to get the discipline, And shoot, I just noticed that you kind of had the same like I'm gonna get this done. Like I need to do this. It'll be better for me type thing. And I was pretty much going through the same thing in my head.
Nice. You actually answered a part of my next question that I wanted to ask, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask it anyway. What made you consider sticking around and continuing to follow?
Shoot, man. I love the energy that you bring. And I just like the fact that shoot, it was like I said, kind of the same thing that was going through my head. You was like, I'm gonna do this. Like I'm gonna make it happen. And you was showing up every day. And there was like a little bit of time where I kind of stopped showing up. And I would look on my feed and you was still getting it done. And the same kind of vibe is you were not just like working out, it was also about like spreading the message. I like that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that because there were definitely days where I was like, I don't really, I, because we all go through those days where we don't really want to,
Y'all got them.
we don't really want to do it. We don't really want to be as consistent. But one thing that I realized is you never know who's watching and you never know who's paying attention. So just always make sure to stay consistent and to, be that light for that person at the end of the tunnel, like I always have to say, because you never know what someone's going through.
That's facts.
So I actually, do you have any questions for me before I go into like any of my other questions? Do you have any questions for me or anything you want to ask me?
Shoot, I know from the outside, like looking in, but like from you, like what really got you like going? Like saying, okay, I'm gonna start doing this every day. I'm gonna start posting about it, like giving everybody your journey.
But it was actually how I started with my whole TikTok was when I started doing my interviews, my mentor actually mentioned how I'd be really good at, just doing my interviews and stuff. So I started posting my interview clips. And then one day out of nowhere, I just decided, you know what? Let me post a workout clip, just for shits and giggles. I just decided to do that for shits and giggles. And it got a little bit of traction. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Let me post another one. And then I noticed how as I started posting them, people started, giving me encouragement, giving me positive feedback. And then I started saying, oh, my son has my son has cerebral palsy. And see, me seeing me us seeing your videos, has helped inspire him to, do better. Or my daughter's going through this, and this, and just seeing how you've always just see how you don't let diagnosis stop you has made them want to do better. And just seeing that I made me realize like, oh snap, I'm actually, being a positive motivator, a positive influence in someone's life. And from there it was just, just wanting to be that light at the end of the tunnel for someone, like I was saying before. So that's how I, just really wanted to stick with it. Here we are.
Hey, you never know who's watching, man. I learned that a couple times on this little journey.
Mhm. Yeah, because it was like was when because when you started following, I was looking and I was like, I would see your stuff and I'm like, I was like, damn, he looks pretty solid. Like I'm over here thinking I'm looking pretty, decent, and then I see you with your stuff and I'm like, damn, like
It's an up and down battle, man. I shoot. Yeah, they ain't rainbows and sunshine all the time over here. I be struggling, man. Especially I say, I'm on the skinnier side. But that's like
mhm,
where I started. So I
mhm.
definitely I gotta be like I told you before, eating like a madman.
Yep, yep.
Try to get
Same,
there.
same here. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen a few of my posts where you see like my before and after pictures about how I was super skinny I used to be. I still feel like I look that way, even though it's kind of different. But
Same here. I appreciate your compliment to me, man. I thought you looked bigger than me. That's what yeah. Oh God.
so um, I kind of want to ask you the same question. Then, like, what made you want to start, posting and being super consistent?
Man, just trying to make a change, man. I feel like some of the habits that I have built up and I just got to a point where I was like, they're not good. They're not beneficial. And a big one was, taking care of my health and, my body. Uh, the detoxing was needed. A heavy drinker, heavy smoker, and, not really, eating what I need to be eating, drinking the right water, and that it weighs on you, man. And I guess I just hit a wall and was like, I got to do something. And so being able to post or posting just kind of kept me not just like motivated, but like it was like okay, like it kept me. What's the word I'm looking for right here? Um,
Accountable?
exactly. Kept me accountable. Waking up knowing like, okay, it's not just about the post, but I made a plan and I made a goal and I'm showing it to others. I need to stick to it. And shoot, it just after a while, man, you just start to feel better and you just start to enjoy the process of eating all the time, drinking a gallon of water, going to the gym, and then you start seeing results, and it's even more fulfilling. And then, like we just spoke about, I've had times, it'll be weird. Sometimes it'll be on the days, I really don't feel like it, and just somebody random will just like comment or they'll hit my DM and be like, "I'm waiting on you to post something. I'm waiting on you to post something, so I have motivation to go to the gym." And I'm like, "Oh man, okay. Well, I gotta do something." So it's
Hmm.
like, you have those times that really get you going.
Yeah. Yeah, it be like that sometimes, especially for like the people that that constantly like your stuff. It's like, damn, if I don't post something today, what are they gonna think? I can't let them down. I gotta make sure. I mean, even if it's just a little something, I gotta make sure I give I give them that little spark because you never know. Maybe they could be having a down day. Maybe they're looking forward for me to post, and then just to help them get through the day. So
Thanks. It's a day by day, step by step thing, man.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, so my next question, since you've been following me, what have you taken from me that you've seen just from like my posts or whatever that you can like use in like your everyday life? Like what have you seen from me that like has helped you like keep going?
Man, shoot, showing up, man. Showing up consistently. You know, kind of the same thing that you said when the parent hit you about their kid having the same disability and you still like fighting through. I also think that's a tremendous thing as well. Cause, you know, you can have so many things that could kind of stop you from going hard or feeling like going and trying. And I feel like that's one of the things that could make somebody say, you know, like what's like the point? But to see you also fighting through that and not just fighting through it, but you dancing through it. And you showing up every day. Like I said, man, I think I've either DM'd you or I've said it like in post, like literally some days I'm not feeling like it, man. I think the day I seen your push-up challenge, I did not feel like doing anything. And in my 75 hard, I had a push-up thing in it, and I was just I just don't feel like a day. And then I seen your post, and I was like, all right, my man's on it. All right, let me go ahead and let me hop on it too.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's been a few times where I've started the push up challenge. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do push ups for I want to do push ups for 30 days. I get about like 9 days in, and then I'll miss a day, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just leave it alone. But then at the start of this year, I was like, towards the middle of the month, I was like, you know what? Let me start the push up challenge. Let me start the push up challenge again and actually stick to it because I started to notice when I was consistent with it, um I started to notice like I was getting stronger, and I was like my upper body started to feel a lot better. So I was like, you know what, let me see what it looks like if I do it every day for like the rest of the year, and then I want to see how it changes. So that's how it kind of that's how it kind of started. And I noticed when I was like super consistent with it, not only did doing the push-ups not only was I consistent with the push-ups, I was consistent with other things. Like it transitions into other facets of my life. Like I was more consistent with, um, doing interviews or working on building my social media at work. Everything at work was going good, and that's what I kind of want to get back to that. So that's another reason why I kind of started the push-up challenge again, was to build that consistency back. So.
That's real. Shoot, I say doing doing the push-up challenge made me be consistent with learning the guitar. So I get you. So it's like it's the same thing. Like I'm doing this push-up challenge. You know, I committed myself to doing it every day. I said I wanted to learn the guitar a few times, but I was like lagging on going through the process. So it's like, okay, doing this push-up challenge every day. I can take time out every day to do the guitar the same way I'm doing for the push-up. So it's like that's what I've been on. Like as far as the posting, I think every day of the push-up challenge, I posted a thing of me practicing the guitar. So
Nice,
kind of hand in hand.
nice, and I'm glad I'm glad I could be like a little piece of a piece of that, and I could, somehow indirectly help with that. So I'm really really happy I could, kind of do that for you.
Oh God, man. Nah, motivation for sure.
So my next from so kind of leaning into what you were talking about, wanting to make a change. Since you've been on your detox, what have you kind of learned about yourself, going through the detox that you're going through?
Man. Uh, I say I'm stronger than I thought I was. I could have more discipline than I thought I could. And there is power in not just consistency, but understanding that like you can do it. Like I don't know, like sometimes you don't even start because it's like I can't, and but you can, like you can do it. Take the first step. Take the baby step. Stack the baby step on top of another one, on top of another one, and you'll look back and you'll have 30 days in of not smoking or not drinking or going to the gym, drinking the water that you need to, or whatever it is. But just start, stack those good days on top of another good day.
So kind of kind of to add on to that, um with this whole detox thing, did you find that you just naturally drifted away from people that you normally hung out with a lot before the detox? And then as the detox like is going on, have you found yourself like drifting away from certain people or certain situations?
I say you definitely have to be mindful of like your environment and the people around because they can, you know, uh, how did they say it? Like what do they say? You are your friends, or a piece of you is in your friends or your circle. I can't
Hmm.
remember exactly how they say it, but yeah, having to be mindful of like, okay, well, when I'm with this person or this friend, we tend to just get drunk and smoke. I don't really want to do that right now. They not really trying to go to the gym, so maybe it's best right now we have a little distance till maybe they get to that point where they hit the wall, and it's like, okay, well, shoot, now I'm trying to work out. Maybe I should tap in with arrogant. He already kind of been on that, and I could shine some light on that. But it's definitely needed. I mean, you ain't gotta. I wouldn't say you gotta. I mean, some things and some people you gotta cut off. But I say sometimes distance is healthy, especially for your improvement.
Hmm. Yeah, for me, thankfully I have friends that are in my circle that have we tend to all three of us we tend to push each other in positive ways in whatever we're doing, whether we go into the gym or just wanting to be better. Thankfully we constantly like hold each other accountable and push each other and make sure that we're on our shit, because even though we're getting older and we have our own lives and stuff like that, but whenever we talk on the phone, it's like, hey, how are things going? Like, what's going on with this? Like, I noticed you haven't been doing this lately. What's been going on? You've been off your shit. Like, like, we gotta make sure you're doing this, and this, because you said you were gonna do this, and what happened? So I'm really happy that the friends that I have, we tend to just trying to keep it positive and keep it pushing in a positive direction. So
Now, some friends will hold you accountable. They definitely help for sure. Having your circle right.
especially through the tough times where you feel like you're by yourself, it's always good to have those like few homies to where you can hit them up and you can talk about your issues and they're not going to judge you for it.
Facts. Facts.
But they're not going to be yes men either and hold your hand through it. They're going to be like, sometimes you might need that tough love. Like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Yo, what the fuck are you doing? You're acting a certain way right
Oh, even when you wilding.
now. Yeah. 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 So before I get to my next question, did you have another question for me? Just so I don't feel like it's, just me asking all the questions. Did you have any?
Sure, man. What on your days that you not feeling like it, man? What's that thing that gets you up when it's like, not today? What is that thing that like, okay, nah, I need it. I need to go.
Honestly, I look back at my first looking back at the picture I first took when I first started working out, and I look at how skinny I was.
Mm, I like
I
that
looked
one. Yeah.
I look at that picture, And then when I look at that picture, I remember the mind state I was in, and it was just like, nah, I don't like how I don't like how I look. I don't like how I looked, and I don't like how I felt. I didn't like how it, specifically, I didn't like how my clothes looked on me. Because why am I wearing slim fit stuff, but it looks like I'm dressing in 2005? It makes no sense.
Oh man, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. That's one of the things that keeps me going. But another thing too was also with that, because of that, when I first started, and I'm sure everybody's gone through this, when you first start, really working out, you tend to overdo it.
Mm,
So yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's definitely happened for me a lot where sometimes I get so focused on, okay, I don't want to go back to how I was. I don't want to develop these bad habits again, to where I tend to oversteer sometimes, and it's to my detriment, and I end up not necessarily doing the best. I tend to, kind of burn out. So I'm I'm still, I mean, getting better with it, but I still have little moments where I kind of overdo it. So I'm still trying to find that perfect balance. I'm getting to it, but that happens every once in a while.
Nah, facts. Balance is everything, man. Shit, all aspects.
Mhm. So if there were so for anyone who might watch this, what is one thing you would want them to take from, this interview, or what's some piece of advice that you would want to give them?
Man, uh, there will never be a perfect moment to get started. You just need to start. Even if it's small, that baby step, it means a lot. Most people fail before they even start. Just start, whatever it is. You want to paint, you want to paint this big old canvas or the whole wall, and you feel like that's too much, find a piece of paper. Start there. You want to hoop. You want to hoop for your high school team, but you ain't never picked up that. Go pick up a basketball. Start dribbling. Whatever it is, just start. Start stacking those good days on another good day on another good day, and then you get to a point where when you look back at day one, you don't want to be day one. You appreciate the days that you stacked up, and now you want to keep going. Now I want to build towards that big painting, or I want to build towards being on the team or going from JV to varsity or whatever it is, whatever field or whatever thing. But stack one good day on top of another and just get started.
Yeah, because that's one thing I noticed as people we tend to do is whenever we want to set goals, instead of breaking them down and making them more manageable, we tend to want to, you know, go for the big thing right away,
Mm-hmm.
instead of and then the minute one thing doesn't go the way we want it to, we're like, oh, okay, this doesn't work, this doesn't this it went well. It's kind of well, but have you tried breaking it down to make it more manageable? Like, if you want to, like, let's go back to working out in the gym. Like, okay, instead of, going in there thinking, okay, I'm gonna lift the world and I'm gonna be, Arnold in like 2 days. Okay, maybe start walking on the treadmill for 5 minutes, and then, from going walking on the treadmill for 5 minutes, go for 10, go for 20, and then if you want to go on the stairmaster, go on the stairmaster for a couple minutes, and then if you want to start lifting, start with the lightest weight. I know it seems embarrassing because all these other people are lifting heavy weights, but it's like everyone's in the gym doing their own thing, so no one's really gonna judge. But, start off with the lightest weight. If you can only do 5 reps of the lightest weight, do 5 reps of the lightest weight, and then, once you feel comfortable with that, you move up, and the next thing you know, you're 30 days in, and you're lifting 20, and then you're gonna realize, oh, and then you're gonna notice one day, oh shit, when did I start lifting 20s?
Thanks. Thanks.
So I'm gonna keep it to like two more questions, but is there any has there been anyone in particular, obviously besides my content, has there been like any like book or any like source of media that has, sort of helped as far as like with your journey?
Um, hmm, any source of media? Um, Man, any source of media that has helped with my journey. Off the top of my head, I can't really. Trying to think. I know there's probably some. There was this. There's this woman that I follow, and without really putting her business out there, she was going through a situation with her family, and she had two sons, and she was going through some life thing, but she still found the consistency every day, no matter what. And she would message me about, some of the things that were going on, but she still found the consistency every day to make it to the gym, get her workout in. She understood that it was not only helping her keep discipline and routine, but it was also a little bit of therapy. And I admired that from hearing her talk about the things that she was going through. Still like showing up, make sure she's showing up for her babies and showing up for the gym. And we had conversations like early on in my workout journey and trying to get consistent and build that discipline. And I feel like in the beginning she was breathing life into me. And I was trying to do the same to her.
Nice. That that's great because we definitely everybody needs an accountability partner like that every once in a while to
Right.
help you get through some stuff because like I like we've been saying this whole time, you never know who's watching, so you always got to make sure that even though you may be going through some a little bit, okay, let me make sure I'm on my shit for today because I know I know that particular person may be watching or paying attention, or maybe someone who's going through something similar who may just come across my page for the first time might be watching and maybe looking for inspiration and going through a tough time and just wants to have a pick me up. So, but to so for me, because I noticed you're like in anime as well with like your profile picture and stuff. So, but for me, it was there was one day I was watching. I don't know if you've ever seen the anime Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime.
I think so.
That's and it's and the one thing that always sticks to me ever since I watched the first time was he asked he asked the pro boxer he met for the first time. He went and the one thing that sticks with me is he asked him, "What does it mean to be strong?" And the entire anime is kind of, even though it's his boxing journey, the entire anime is him trying to figure out the answer to that question. And when he asked that question, I kind of asked myself that question too, like, wait, what does it really mean to be strong? And for me, I'm still trying to figure out the answer to that question. But what I've kind of realized, it's not necessarily being strong in the physical sense, even though that plays a factor. There's also being strong mentally, being strong emotionally, being strong when, you know, other people need you to when stepping up when other people need you to step up, being there for them when they need you to be there. And as we go through life, we're kind of, asking these questions, and as we're going through life, we're kind of figuring out answers to the questions. So that's one thing that's kind of, helped me along my journey.
Hey man, I like that.
All
And
right.
I think I started that anime. I gotta finish
Yeah,
it.
you definitely should. That anime, it's great. It's great. It's honestly, it's one of the best sports anime to ever come out, in my opinion.
Shoot, I just finished My Hero. I'm gonna have to put that on my list.
Nice, nice, nice. Because with my hero, I started I started reading it before the I actually started reading it, like, the anime was already out for a few seasons, but I had started reading it. And then I would watch when certain moments would happen. And one thing I was curious about was how they were going to do the ending, and I really think they did a good job with the ending.
Oh yeah. Nah, the fact, yeah. Oh yeah. That cool. I would have been sad if you wouldn't have got to be able to be a hero, man.
Hmm.
I would have broke my heart. He deserved it. Are you talking about somebody that like fight through odds, consistency, show up when you don't want to, show up when people don't even like believe you can show up, like
Mm.
being your first, being your own, like, oh man. Yeah, nah, that cool. My hero, definitely one of them ones.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think, and obviously, there's a lot of anime protagonists that we can, kind of look at as you know motivations in that way, like as we were talking about, like their lights for people. So that's one thing about anime that I really really like, is you can find relatable things in in whatever character and whatever anime you're watching. So that's one thing that I really really like about anime, is you can find motivation in it, you can find, relatability, and you can find, things that can help you through stuff through watching it.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right. So to end this off, because I think we only have like 5 minutes left before this thing cuts off. I know I said it was going to be half an hour, but we got to talking, and the conversation just got really good. But
It's
to
all good.
to end things off, where can people find you? Where can people find you? And just how did you think this interview went?
Shoot, you can find me on TikTok, arrogant prophet underscore. Uh, and I think it went great, man. You know, we finally got a chance to like real life conversate. I know we've been conversating in DM and through comments, but actually, get a conversation, see eye to eye, and then, see we kind of got the same, we give each other the same little bit of motivation, but also like almost like, we both trying to get at it. And shoot, I appreciate how I put it from one warrior to another. I respect. So, nah, the interview went great, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you could be the first one of the year, because 'cause I was sitting there for like, like the, I was sitting there at the beginning of the month. I'm like, damn, I really want to do another interview, but it's like, how do I want to do it? I don't want to do, the same type of interview. I want to interview someone that's like into, like, into fitness, into fitness and stuff. And I was there, and then and I noticed you kept liking my stuff, and I was like, I don't know if he'd be interested. I don't know if he'd be because I was thinking about it for a while, and then out of nowhere, like yesterday, I just hit you up randomly. Like I was like, I might as well just ask. What's the worst he can say? The worst he can say is no. So,
You
but
took that step. Yep. Nah,
again,
from
like,
one.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying from one warrior to another, man. It's respect.
Thank you. Thank you. So, all right, guys, that was another episode of Cerebral Conversation. Again, thank you to Arrogant Prophet for being on. You definitely didn't have to do it, but I really, really appreciate it for being on. And I definitely look forward to seeing what new content you come up with. And I want to see you continue to grow, and hopefully we can grow together. And that will definitely be on a bigger stage soon. So I really appreciate it.
Heck, same here, brother. Appreciate you for having me, man.
All
Hey,
right, no
first one of the year.
problem. Yeah, first one of the year, and it was a great one. I appreciate it.
All love, man. Be easy.
All right, you too. You too. And